If you're planning a trip to Fremont Street, this video is for you. I'm going to take you through the top things to do on Fremont Street, and a lot of them are free. If you've never seen $1 million in person, this is your opportunity to see $1 million at the Binions. And not only that, you can get your picture taken. So there's a button over here, and you just look at a camera that's right over there. You smile, push the button.
Get ready.
Here it goes. And then all you do is put in your email address. It'll send you the photo.
Share your photos.
If you're on Fremont Street, another thing that you need to do is go to the Main Street Casino. You go to the restrooms over here next to the buffet, and the men's restroom behind the urinals, they have an actual piece of the Berlin Wall. So if you're a woman, you can still go in there. You just have to have a security guard that will escort you in so that you can take a look at the Berlin Wall. Now also, while you are at the Main Street station, you're going to want to go to the front desk, and they will have these sitting out here. This is a guide to all of the antiques that you're going to find around this property. Now, they're not local to Las Vegas. These are antiques that came from all over the world. If you're on Fremont Street, you have to stop inside of the Golden Gate. Now, this is the oldest hotel in all of Las Vegas. It opened up in 1906. So when you walk in from the experience, you come in all the way to the back, you're gonna come across some old slot machines. So take a look at those, because those are a lot of fun to see what it was like back in the day to play slot machines. And then if you keep on walking and go towards the hotel lobby, you'll come across a display of artifacts. Now, they have things here like hotel ledgers from 1907, 1908, some old gaming ledgers, gaming chips. They have a key from the 1930s that was used for your hotel room, and even an old uniform from the 1960s. A really cool thing that they have here is, well, what you have to know is that the Golden Gate had the first phone, and they have a phone on display here. The first phone in all of Las Vegas. And you want to guess what phone number they had? That's right, it was phone number 1. Another really cool thing that they have here is some whiskey bottles that were left behind in construction in 1906. So it's a pretty incredible display. Now, if you want to talk about history, they kept the original 10 rooms here at the Golden Gate. So they're really preserving the history. And some of the rooms here, you can actually open the windows and look out onto the Fremont Street experience. So it's pretty incredible. One thing we like to do when we're on Fremont Street, and you might enjoy as well, is go to the Four Queens or the Plaza and play the Silver Strike machines. So if you get one of these little silver strikes here, you can get a nice coin. It spits it out of this machine, and you get a nice little souvenir to take home with you. Now, you can actually go and cash this in with the cashier, and you can get $10 for it, but we like to keep them as souvenirs. So let's play some more and see if we win some money. Yay! And we won!
Just
now,
like that.
gotta get this on here. It's gonna spit it out. Yay! And we have a winner. I just got another one, so let's see what we get. All right. They actually do have different types and styles here, so I think the idea is that you can collect them all, the different types of coins. We got our 4th silver strike. I'm gonna spit it out right now.
Show four.
And here we go, 4 coins. Look how cute they are. If you're at the plaza, you're gonna wanna check out Pink Box Donuts. This is one of those places that you just gotta try, because they have a lot of different donut creations. There are some that are shaped like this poop emoji guy. And right now it's springtime, so they have some that are shaped in a flower or a bunny. They also have some that are kind of strawberry and cream filled. And they have one that is called Purple Rain. It's made out of ube. Inside of Circa, you're going to find Vegas Vicki. Now, she was above a business called the Girls of Glitter Gulch, which is a strip club on Fremont Street, but it closed down in 2017, so Vegas Vicki came down. But when Circa opened up, they included her as part of the attraction here. Now, gentlemen, I'm sorry to say, but Vegas Vicki, she's married. She's married to Vegas Vic, which is still on Fremont Street in the experience area. But for a long time, Vegas Vic wasn't operational. He wasn't lit up. But the city of Las Vegas does have a requirement that all neon signs be operational. So recently, they reanimated him. He's back to his glorious self. So you have both Vegas Vic and Vegas Vicki here on Fremont Street. Circa is home to the world's largest sports book. It spans over 3 stories. There is a ton of seating all around, and the viewing screens are enormous. Now, at the top level, you can also sit down and play Keno poker. They have some games that overlook the sports area. So if you're not into the sports book, you can also go to a bar. Also here at Circa, they have the Mega Bar. It is Nevada's longest bar, and there are 46 double-stacked TVs all along the bar area. So if you just want to catch the game there and have a drink, you can do that too. Another thing you might want to check out on Fremont Street is Stadium Swim at Circa. Now this is a massive pool area with 6 pools. There's plenty of seating. They have table games going on there. There's a DJ playing. And most importantly, there's this huge screen or screens that you can watch sports on. Now the pools are heated. There are several cabanas that you can rent out as well. It is a really happening place to be. Now, if you are staying at Circa, the D, or the Golden Gate, you can get in here for free. However, if you are not staying here, you can also come to the pool and pay $30. Now, it could go up because there are special events, like they have fight nights, so if there's any UFC or other type of fights going on, they might open it up, and you could pay up to $60 in those cases. But this is one of those pools that you should probably try once in your life. Come into the Golden Nugget to see the largest golden nugget on display in the world. Now, the Hound of Faith here weighs over 61 pounds, and it was bought by the Golden Nugget for over $1 million. And get this, the guy that they bought it from, he found this in 1980 behind his trailer home in Australia. So what a great find for him and his family. If you like this content so far, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. The Fremont Street experience is covered by a large canopy, but it's not just a canopy, it's actually the world's largest screen. It's called VivaVision, and all throughout the day they have different displays going on. But at night, between 6 p.m. and 2 a.m., they have hourly shows, and it features different artists like the Stone Temple Pilots, Shakira, Katy Perry, Steve Aoki, and others. You want to make sure if you come to Fremont Street that you catch at least one of those shows. Fremont Street is home to the world's largest Keno Board, and it's right outside of the D Las Vegas. And while you're at it, go up the escalator and stand on the balcony to get a bird's eye view of Fremont Street. If you're wanting some adventure while you're here, you can ride the Slotzilla. There are actually 2 of them. The first one, you're sitting down and you go part way through Fremont Street, and that one costs $49. And then for $69, you can do the Superman zip line. It takes you from end to end of Fremont Street. And if you're really up for adventure, you can pay $69 and come before 5 o'clock Monday through Thursday, and you can get an all-you-can-fly pass. So get all the zip line you want. We've been talking a lot about records, and I have another one for you. So the Heart Attack Grill behind me here, it's the only one in the world, by the way, but this place has the world record for the hamburger with the most calories at 9,900 calories, and it's called a quadruple bypass. But they even doubled down here because then they made one that's called the octuple burger, and it has over 19,000 calories. But I have really good news. If you weigh over 350 pounds, you can get a burger here for free. But don't worry, you can eat here even if you're not over 350 pounds, and you want to come and check out this ambiance here because they're going to put you in a hospital gown. The waitresses are dressed like nurses. The male waiters are dressed like doctors. And if you do not finish your food, they are going to hit you with a wooden paddle. They're going to spank you. Now, there was some sad news that we saw about the Heart Attack Grill. So back in 2012, there was a customer in here who was suffering a heart attack at the Heart Attack Grill. And the customers thought that it was just part of the act, so they were taking pictures and videos of this happening, and they didn't know it was actually a customer having a heart attack. When you're walking down the Fremont Street experience, you're going to see these taped off circles, and those are reserved for buskers. lot of them are street performers. Some might be selling things, but they're mostly street performers or people looking to take pictures with others and charging them for that. But one thing I want you to note is that they cannot technically charge you. They can only ask for tips. So if you're out here and let's say you want to take a picture with showgirls or show guys, you can do so, but when they start talking about money, feel free to give them what you are comfortable giving, and they can only work on tips. There's a toy store here on Fremont Street. It's called the Toy Shack, but it's not just any toy store. It is all of your nostalgic toys. So you're thinking things that go way back, like the old Hot Wheels and Barbies, G.I. Joes, all the old Star Wars figurines. There's old comic books in here. So hang out here, walk around and go up down memory lane in the Toy Shack. There are 3 stages here at the Fremont Street Experience, and starting at 6 p.m., they have live music every night. You have some great house bands that play here, like Alter Ego, Velvet Elvis, the Tony Marquez Band, 90 Station, Spandex Nation, Dr. Rock, a lot of great bands that come out here and play all the time during the week and the weekends. But they also have this summer concert series, and they have bands come in like the All-American Rejects, 3 Doors Down. We saw Rick Springfield and the Offspring, Neon Trees. Even Teddy Swims came out here once last summer. But all of this is free, so you're not going to have to pay anything for even the named artists that we talked about here. The one thing that you do need to know if you do come out here, and probably because it is free, is that it gets really packed. So you're going to be shoulder to shoulder with other people, but it's free, it's worth it. These bands that we see out here are great, and the house bands are just as good. It's been a long day on Fremont Street, and we need to recharge. And what we like to do when we eat here is we like to come to Evil Pie and grab a slice of pizza. They've got some pretty amazing deals here. $6.75 for a really big slice of pizza. Others were $7 as well. And they have happy hour with $3 beer. But I do want to mention that there is another pizza place that we really love as well. Over by the downtown ground, you have Pizza Rock. We like to go in there, and even though you can order by the slice, we like to do the sit-down style because in addition to the great pizza that they have incredible meatballs there. But I got a Maui Wowie. Come to Evil Pie or go to Pizza Rock, and you won't be disappointed on Fremont Street. Just adjacent to the Fremont Street Experience, you're going to come across Fremont East. Now this place has been up and coming over the last several years. It's lined with bars and restaurants, but at nighttime, especially on the weekends, if you come here late night and you go over to Fremont East, you're going to see so many people waiting to get in line for the clubs because a lot of those bars turn into clubs at night. You're going to see people spilling out into the streets, walking around and having a real good time. But that's not all there is to Fremont East, so let's go check out a few other spots. If you want to take a fun little detour right behind Fremont Street in the alley, you're going to come across some street art. You walk down the alley and the walls are just covered in different type of murals and graffiti art. It's just a fun place to come and take some pictures and get a look at some fun street art. So we've made it to the Fremont East area. You'll want to check out El Cortez if you're into gambling. They have certified 30% looser slot machines, so you can have a little bit of an edge even though the house always wins. But if you are over here too, you'll want to check this place out because it is a mob-run hotel, at least back in the day. Bugsy Siegel bought it out with some other investors in 1945, and this place is actually on the National Registry of Historic Places, opening up in 1941. And it has that ambiance, that old school feel when you walk inside. In the Fremont East area, just across from El Cortez, you'll come across Container Park. Now, when you first walk up, you're going to see this huge praying mantis outside. And at nighttime, they have a little show where it spits out fire from the antennas to the beat of the music. Now, if you go inside there, you're going to find shops and restaurants and bars, and they're all made of shipping containers. So it's kind of cool to check that out. There's also a stage back there where they have live music, activities for kids going on, and there's a playground also for kids if you want to bring them in for an afternoon. Now, if you keep walking down Fremont Street a little further, you will come across Atomic Liquors. Now, this is a cool place. It's not only one of the oldest bars in Las Vegas, but back in the day, decades ago, when they used to do atomic bomb testing off in the distance, people used to come out to Atomic Liquors. They had seats up on the rooftop. You'd have your drinks, and you'd watch the atomic bombs go off in the distance. Now, in addition to that, on Fremont Street, just a little bit further from Atomic Liquors, you will come across Ferguson's downtown. Now that's a little shopping center, but it's also where you'll find one of our favorite restaurants on Fremont Street, and that is Peyote. Now we did do a full review on Peyote, and I encourage you to check that out. You can go to the California Hotel, find the Buddha, and rub his belly for good luck. That is actually a thing to do. Now you can make your way a little bit off of the Fremont Street experience to the Neon Museum. This is where you're going to find all of your old neon signs that they've taken down. They have the boneyard there. Right off of Fremont Street in this old courthouse building, you're going to find the Mob Museum. And this is where you can come see exhibits and learn all about the history of the mob in Las Vegas. Now, right behind there, you're going to see this odd door. You do need a secret password, which you can find on the Mob Museum website. But this is going to take you to a speakeasy. So come learn about the mob and have a drink. Well, you've made it this far in the video, and thank you for that. But now you're probably wondering, you've given me all these great tips, but where do I park my car? Well, of course, the first option that you're going to want is where can I park for free? Now, most of the hotels on the Fremont Street experience will either validate for gambling or they will validate if you have dinner reservations. So check with that hotel first, because if you're planning to eat there, you might get free parking there. Now, another option is you can park at somewhere like El Cortez. El Cortez charges $5 just for having a player's card. So it's $5 for the entire night or day. And if you are one tier above the bottom level player's card, you park for free. So that's where we end up staying and parking most of the time. And you can check with other hotels to see if your player club status will give you free parking or discounted parking as well. Now, if you want to park elsewhere and these don't apply to you, the Fremont Street Experience has its official parking structure, and that's going to cost you $4 per hour, up to $20 maximum per day. And then there's also Garage Mahal here over by Circa, and it's a beautiful parking structure. It's going to cost you $4 an hour, up to $25 max per day. But here at Garage Mahal and other parking areas throughout the area, it's going to charge you a lot more if there's a special event like a festival or something else going on during that time. Now that you've seen our favorite things to do on Fremont Street, what have you done on Fremont Street that we had showed you today? And what did I miss? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you're looking for more Las Vegas, be sure to check out these videos here. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.